Here's Brody Brazil.
Seems like there's a COVID rotation between all the players. And look, I'm not going to try and make sense of, for example, how somebody could be out the other day, out of the game, and then tonight they're in, as in Dolan, or Timo Meier was in the other day and now he's out. And I don't know, if symptoms and the testing takes a little while to comprehend. And by that, I mean, like, if you carry this virus and it's not detectable until testing of a certain time, or look, that's way beyond my knowledge, my direct knowledge of it. But I clearly can tell you that I don't mind. I really don't mind every professional sports league, every employer across the country, across the world for that matter, being a little bit more cautious and protective rather than aggressive and I don't care. If it means player X has to sit out tonight, and in reality, if it's just questionable, like if there's any doubt, why do you want to force that? Why do you want to make this worse now on all these players, their families, the coaches, the Buffalo Sabres? Does that make sense? You have the ability to play it smart. And if that means, if you don't know the answer to something, play it safe. Play the safest route. I do not mind that. I know teams hate that. They're competitive. They want every last advantage. Individuals don't like the fact that maybe they didn't even do anything wrong and they're fine, but maybe they're not. So all of this is fluid. This is not black and white. This is not easy. And I don't fault anybody in these situations who doesn't know, or the teams who are having, a lot of times like, well, when did you know about this? Or like everybody's trying to just get this right and cover their butts and be right about it. So it's difficult, and yeah, Salvador, I mean, it's a bit concerning for the Sharks. You don't know how long this effect is going to linger. Like Timo Meier and LeBanc now, like what does that mean? Are they just starting this for 2 weeks? And then, as I said before, players who are on the protocol, they can't be around the team. They can't be at an ice rink. They can't stay physically fit. And that's assuming that they're just asymptomatic. How about players who are really feeling ill for the better part of 2 weeks? And the other question that gets asked, and it's a difficult one for anybody to field, is, well, how is this happening if all the players are vaccinated? Now, I mean, we've been told they all are, so there's, and I think that's why did my stream pause? That's obviously, you have to believe, right, what they're saying. I mean, I don't know that that's where the questions begin here, but I think that's an element. I think we also understand that the vaccines don't completely stop this. And I mean, we also understand that these players are exposing themselves to travel, hotels, airplanes, restaurants, other teams' players who are also doing the same thing, like they're sweating and breathing and dripping all over each other and spitting on the ice. Like, yeah, I mean, it's not completely shocking that this is like one of the hardest. They're in a dressing room, tight quarters, on a team bus. So this is probably going to continue for a certain time. I don't know how long. It's hard to rid a team of this midstream. And then how about all the cross-contamination? Then you bring in Barracuda players and trainers, and then you don't want that team getting sick. And you see how the domino effect happens here. You're right. It does seem like that's the case. And there's a lot of people that have a lot of questions about this, but I think if you look at the bare basics of it, the team is trying to do the players justice and their families and keep them safe and make this a respectable situation instead of something that they regret, days and weeks down the line.